Hello, I'm William Handel. I'm the Director General for Name Your 49, and you guys are?
I'm Scott Hampton. I'm a sophomore in the School of Foreign Service studying international politics. I'm the crisis manager for the State Department.
And my name is Stephen Levy. I'm a junior in the School of Foreign Service, and I'll be chairing the State Department.
All right, so why are you guys doing naming this year?
I'm doing naming because I did MUN for 4 years in high school, but I never really got a chance to come to this conference, and I always wanted to. I staffed it last year and had an amazing time, so I wanted to come back and do something more.
My experience is a little similar to Scott. I did MUN for a little bit of time during high school, but I really never took the full opportunity to experience that. And I always regretted that, so when I got here to Georgetown, I made sure to be a part of naming, and I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you.
Awesome. So why did you guys want to do this particular committee, state?
Well, I'm interested very strongly in a career in the U.S. government, and I've always found that interactions and negotiations with other states is extremely important, and the State Department is the obvious choice for that, and I think it'd be a really interesting committee.
Well, besides the fact that I get to play Colin Powell, who's probably one of my favorite Americans of all time, I simply have to say that the State Department is probably the part of the government that interests me the most, and I think especially with the time period that we're going to be looking at, the State Department is going to be a really interesting area to look at, especially with dealing with relations with other countries.
All right, so is there anything you can reveal to our viewers about what to expect from the weekend ahead?
Well, I would say that basically with the State Department, you can expect us to be less formal about parliamentary procedure, because obviously as the State Department, it doesn't really work like that. In addition, you can expect a decent number of crises that Scott will talk about, and also remember that while we will be working in the historical time period, the events that will be occurring may not strictly follow the historical developments that did occur.
On the crisis side of things, you can expect to be dealing with any number of countries and renegotiating their policies towards certain actions in the United States. That could deal with anything from the embassies to military, and that also means that we're going to have a lot of involvement with the other committees on the U.S. national security apparatus, because we are all interconnected in that way.
Very cool, and you guys should definitely look forward to that. So as a final point about the committee itself, what are you guys looking for in an ideal delegate?
Well, I would simply have to say is that we're going to have a lot of delegates dealing with very specific issues, and I myself am looking for a delegate that has a strong command of his or her own position. I don't want them to completely stray off of that topic, but I also want them to be able to relate their specific issue to all the topics that we're talking about, while still maintaining that base.
The crisis side of things, I'd love to see delegates really get engaged, get excited about the crises, come up with innovative solutions to anything that we present to them, and that really gets us excited and lets us do more for the entire committee.
All right, so as a final point, would the two of you care to share a favorite memory from naming in past years, or if not, if you haven't been to naming in past years, from your time at Georgetown?
Well, for Naaman of last year, I was the director of the Commonwealth, and for we were doing a corruption crisis, and we handcuffed two of our delegates together, Tuvalu in India, and made them give a speech where they had to complete each other's sentences.
And for myself, last year I worked on a joint crisis committee, the Sino-Soviet split, and set in 1963, and we reached a point where it got to be very high tension, and my co-CA acted as Lyndon B. Johnson, phoned up the committee and threatened in a Texas accent to nuke China if they did not withdraw their troops from India. And they were very hesitant to do so, so I started targeting various cities in China and putting targets on the map.
All right, well, thank you both for your time. It's a pleasure.